Buried beneath the sands of time lies one of the most enigmatic tales of ancient Arabia, the legend of Shaddād ibn Ad and his fabled city, Iram of the Pillars. Mentioned in the Quran and echoed in pre-Islamic poetry and historical writings, the story of Iram is one of pride, defiance, and divine retribution. Described as a magnificent paradise built to rival the heavens, Iram was said to have mysteriously vanished, swallowed by the desert as punishment for its ruler's arrogance. But who was Shaddād? Did Iram truly exist? And what warnings does its tale hold for those who seek to defy the divine? Shaddād was a legendary king from the ancient tribe of Ad, one of the great pre-Islamic civilizations of Arabia. According to Islamic tradition, the Adites were a mighty people, known for their incredible strength, architectural genius, and vast wealth. They were given fertile lands, abundant resources, and towering palaces. But instead of showing gratitude, they became arrogant and rebellious. Shaddād, their most powerful ruler, was consumed by his own grandiosity. Inspired by tales of paradise described in ancient texts, he declared that he would build a heaven on earth, a city more splendid than any creation before it. He envisioned Iram of the Pillars, an architectural marvel that would stand as a testament to his own divinity and greatness. With his immense wealth and command over thousands of laborers, Shaddād ordered the construction of Iram in the heart of the desert. The city was built with gold, silver, and precious stones, its towers reaching into the sky, its streets lined with flowing rivers and lush gardens. Iram was intended to be the ultimate utopia, a kingdom where Shaddād could rule as an immortal god. Despite his power, Shaddād was not without warnings. The prophet Hud, sent by God to guide the people of Ad, urged Shaddād to abandon his arrogance and submit to the will of the divine. Hud reminded him that all worldly power is temporary and that no ruler is above God's command. But Shaddād, blinded by his pride, mocked the warnings and refused to repent. He dismissed Hud's message as superstition and continued to pursue his vision of earthly paradise, believing that his city would stand forever. After years of construction, Iram was finally complete. As Shaddād and his followers prepared to enter the city for the first time, a terrifying event unfolded. Just as he approached the gates of his paradise, a deafening sound filled the sky. In an instant, the heavens unleashed a mighty wind, more powerful than any storm known to man. The Quran describes the punishment inflicted upon the people of Ad. Have you not considered how your Lord dealt with Ad, with Iram, who had lofty pillars, the likes of whom had never been created in the lands, and with Thamud, who carved out the rocks in the valley, and with Pharaoh, owner of the stakes? All of them transgressed in the lands and increased therein the corruption. So your Lord poured upon them a scourge of punishment. Indeed, your Lord is in observation. Quran 89, 6-14. For 7 nights and 8 days, the wind raged through Iram, tearing its golden towers from the ground and burying the city beneath the sands. By the time the storm had passed, there was nothing left. Shaddād and his people had been wiped from existence, and Iram had vanished without a trace. For centuries, the legend of Iram was considered a cautionary tale, a city of pride erased from history by divine wrath. But in the late 20th century, an astonishing discovery reignited interest in the story. In 1992, a team of archaeologists and researchers, using NASA satellite imaging, uncovered the remains of what appeared to be a lost city buried under the sands of the Rub al-Khali, the empty quarter, one of the most inhospitable deserts on Earth. This discovery, dubbed the Atlantis of the Sands, revealed ancient structures, collapsed towers, and underground water channels, leading some to speculate that this could be the remains of Iram of the Pillars. The region also contained traces of the once flourishing frankincense trade routes, lending credibility to the idea that a powerful civilization had once thrived here before mysteriously disappearing. The story of Shaddād and Iram is more than just a myth. It is a parable about the dangers of arrogance, unchecked ambition, and defying divine guidance. Shaddād's belief that he could create an eternal kingdom led to his downfall, serving as a reminder that no amount of wealth, power, or technology can stand against fate and divine will. Some interpret Iram's fate as a symbol of all great civilizations that have fallen due to corruption and moral decay. Just as mighty empires like Babylon, Rome, and the pharaohs of Egypt rose and fell, the fate of Iram serves as a timeless lesson for future generations. Today, the legend of Iram remains one of the greatest mysteries of Arabian history. Whether the city was a real place buried beneath the desert or a cautionary tale crafted to warn against excess and pride, its story continues to fascinate scholars, explorers, and storytellers alike. As the sands of the empty quarter continue to shift, perhaps one day the lost city will reveal its secrets. But until then, the tale of Shaddād and Iram endures as a powerful reminder that even the greatest of rulers can be humbled by the forces beyond their control.